And Dr. Ajit, can we get started or we need to wait some more?
Yes, Dr. Himani, please start. Please start. Continue from the past class. Yes.
All right. All right. So I'll not be able to share the video because it's raining and the internet is like my bandwidth is little less, but I'm just sharing my screen right away.
Yeah, sure, sure, sure.
All right. Is my screen visible? All right. Perfect. Let's get going. Hi everyone. Welcome to the day 2 of the session. So let's continue. I hope you guys are going to enjoy it. Probably we might extend it little today, like if in case I'm not able to cover everything. So please bear with me, maybe a 15 or 10-15 minutes of extent post 8 p.m. Let's get started with the day 2. So this is where we ended the last session, where I was talking to you all about patient support programs and what does it do and how you all play an important part into it. Just to have a quick recap, that in the last session we got to know what are the different medication adherence tools, and we saw some of the applications and the platforms, how they are helping patient with respect to they're following their respective medication regime. We also understood how Apollo has done a pilot program in one of the unit for diabetes patients and how it has impacted an overall improvement of patient healthcare and the care delivery. And it is not just about monitoring the medication, it is also about counseling them, giving them right information, and also taking care of the financial aspects, maybe from insurance or by availing discounts, or by getting them easier way of accessing medications from different technological platforms, also giving them reminders about their refill management, and how can they can get access and more attention of healthcare professionals, be it doctor, be it clinical pharmacist, be it a nurse, or be it any of the frontline workers. So moving ahead, this is how big pharma companies, they arrange these such programs so that their drugs can be effectively treating the respective patient with the respective diseases. Now, let's go back to the thinking board. I want you all to come to Miro. And those of you who have not logged in, I'm just gonna add the link again in the chat box. So please join it. I want you all to come here. I want you guys to be quick. We have a lot to cover. There are a lot of exciting case studies I have prepared to discuss today with you. A lot of information you guys are going to get. So just, be quick, quick. Let's be fast. I want you all to tell me, do you know about Humaira? Any one of you here? Anyone is aware about it? What is Humaira? I want you to type, or those of you who are not able to log into the board, can you write in the chat box? Okay, so mostly there are no. Password is June 9900 J capital. All right. Okay, I consider it like it's majorly a no. So let's get back to the slide. Let's explore what it is. So have anybody, can you just give me a yes or a no in the chat box? Is anyone aware about Abvicare by any chance? You have heard it somewhere. Abvicare, anyone? Can someone tell me in the chat box? All right, there is a no. All right. Okay, then I'll start with the base. No worries. So, Abvicare is a pharma organization itself. They do a lot of work with respect to technology and do a lot of patient engagement programs so that their drugs become more effective. So, This is basically a medication which is used to treat autoimmune conditions such as rheumatoid arthritis, Crohn's diseases, and many of those. There was a challenge with respect to the medication which says complex biological or the biologic therapy, which includes self injections. And that definitely can be coming up with respect to potential side effects and the whole regime of the medication. It is not so affordable, it is at a high cost, and this needs a long term adherence from the patients, which is difficult. The program had a goal to support patients through every step of their disease journey from first prescription to the ongoing adherence. And how were they trying to achieve it? By providing personalized care, education, and emotional support to the whole patient group. Now, what has happened? Let's try to understand some of the key features of AbbVie program. They had nurse on their platforms who became educators. Patients used to connect to these trained nurse, and this was happening both by visiting home or by virtual sessions as well, right? So in these sessions they learn about, basically they are taught about self injection technique using demo pens, help to reduce the fear and the anxiety with respect to this whole process, and then they provide a lot of information about the disease also to the patient. So this is moreover like counseling, creating awareness. Again, they do a lot of follow up checkups in between. They check adherence and comfort with respect to injections because these are self administration process and a very long term therapy. They address if in case any side effects or concerns are being faced. And then they also try to reinforce a lot of lifestyle medications in the patient journey. And all this is happening virtually, okay? Injection trainings are given by home visit by giving them dummy devices, like I mentioned here, by teaching them how to do it using a demo pen, also giving them a lot of instruction videos and printed information, and yes, setting up remote trainings at the same point of time. They were also helping them with respect to medication delivery support also. Like yesterday we saw TrueMeds as a platform which is delivering medication also at the home. So in same country, Ebiway partnered with lot of pharmacies in the regional local pharmacies who can deliver the medication through the cold chain management, because obviously procurement of this medication and drugs was also a challenge. They also help with respect to insurance and reimbursement process also. This is again happening in US, so insurance structure is like very strong over there. There was a lot of digital engagement tool. They had access to applications and portals where patient can track injections, set medication reminders, read a lot of articles and a lot of supporting content. Everything was done in multi-language and multicultural, so that what we addressed in the last session during one of the brainstorming session, that yes, putting every information in different language is also a major contributor in creating awareness and leading to a good impact on the whole program. And the end is data driven insight, where Ebiway tracked all the data anonymized. So here when we say anonymized, that is somebody spoke about the patient privacy, data privacy also. So whatever information on the portal was there, it was kept anonymized so that a patient identity cannot be revealed. They were identified with respect to different patient generated numbers, not with respective names and any of the identity part of it. So this helped in building more trust and a proper engagement with the whole patient and the whole process. What was the impact which happened from and which was figured out in the pilot data in Canada and Europe? It said that the adherence has been increased and it has gone up to more than 90% in the last 6 months. Whereas they also saw that the patient confidence can be seen with respect to self injection administration post droning to 3x. So one of the major challenge in this was the complex regime of doing self injection process. So because of that, their recruitments were less. Because of that, since recruitments are less, clinical trials were not happening as expected, because you definitely need a strong number. And then even if patients were recruiting, because this was a challenging regime, by the end of the clinical trials, a lot of patients used to just drop out. So all these aspects were basically taken care by this whole program. And they also saw that there was a 40% lower enrollments with respect to the whole process. So clinical pharmacists and nurse played a direct role here in this whole chronic therapy. If you see, global pharmas are generally integrating tech with the human care, where technology and healthcare professionals are coming together to execute a whole program. And definitely one of the thing which we can understand, and you all would be agreeing to it, is patient education and empathy definitely leads to a better outcome in long run. um let's just take a look at ABWay, patient access support. So I am going to share you this document. You all can read a lot more about this, how it was happening via online portals. You can still visit them and see how patient assistant program was running. They had been talking about a lot of financial information also, which they were helping. So this is a good one pager, which so HIPAA authorization is talking about protected health information, where you see here, right? And somebody spoke about the privacy issue in the another session, so all that is mentioned. You can see this is how the enrollment form of a particular patient looks like, where all the information had been asked from the patient while enrolling in it, and making sure that they are going through the, the whole journey is being done, and using technological aspects, we are making it to the end. So this is I'll share this link in the WhatsApp group, so later on you all can have a good idea about it and how they were running the whole program. Moving on, I want to show another example of Pfizer. So what did Pfizer do? Let's have a background and see what medication they were focusing on. They were focusing on oral targeted therapies and the injections for breast cancer, lung cancer, and renal cell carcinoma, basically focusing a specific scenario in oncology patient. It was basically an oncology project. The need was that cancer treatments are expensive. We all know that. It requires strict adherence and can be physically and emotionally both way very challenging for the patient and even for the caregiver. Many Indian patients also face a lot of financial constraint and lack of follow-up and side effect management issues as well. Program had a goal to provide a personalized support which enabled by digital platform to the oncology patients who are under Pfizer medication. Here the focus was affordability of the whole regime, accessibility so that it is easily accessible, and a continuous care which should be given to the patients. So what happened? Pfizer did a lot of collaboration with Indian startups. First thing what they do, they partnered with Tata 1mg. And what did Tata 1mg do? Tata 1mg used to manage the e-prescription. So the moment a cancer patient was getting prescription by their oncologist and they were taking the respective medication, at the same point of time, they were getting a e-prescription also. And then the patient can just directly go to Tata 1mg, they can upload their e-prescription and medications get delivered at home. And because now they have the whole prescription, they were used to also give automated reminders, and so that whenever medications are getting over, they can plan and arrange proper refills, and also some free labs or lab test as well. So free lab test is basically again helping with the affordability and accessibility to the patient, because otherwise patient have to spend another amount of money for getting lab test done. So this is again one of the way of making them adhere to the therapy, so that they don't feel very cost burden or heavy on their pockets. Pfizer also collaborated and partnered with MFine. While what MFine did, they used to provide doctor video consultation, second opinion, and side effect management through clinical pharmacologist and pharmacist on the platform. How do you manage your side effects? How and how to identify if this is a side effect or an adverse drug or not. They also partnered with Apollo Group, which was ensuring that a proper nurse coordination whenever required, follow up or treatment navigation is there. There is someone who is there to help these patients. So, this is one of the examples how Pfizer, for their oncology program, partnered with different platforms and made sure that Pfizer, as an pharma organization, can give a right example that their particular drug can treat the oncology situations also. What happened next? There, one moment. Yes. So the first part which we spoke about, access and affordability support. So they has also introduced a lot of options of EMI payment through which patients can probably afford it, and also navigating through them through the insurance policy, so that whole process becomes very affordable for them. We spoke about medication delivery by partnering with MFine, virtual consultations with another partner, continuous monitoring. I talked about free lab tests, which they were doing. So I'm just elaborating whatever I mentioned in my last slide in more detail. Like even when they were doing patient education, they used to give a lot of booklets. They used to take online session with the oncologist and nutritionist on the platform. Everything was happening in multilingual language so that everyone from whichever background, irrespective they are coming, they'll get the absolute amount of support. They were getting regular SMS, app reminders, and triggers so that they don't miss their medication and lab tests, and also refill their medication at the right point of time. So the impact was again improvement in adherence with respect to 30-40% to 40% higher than the standard prescriptions. Dropouts were less, patient satisfaction was heavy and high because of this whole program. So we understood that multi-stakeholder model where pharma plus technology plus nurse and caregivers, when all these four sectors come together connected by technology, it gives better impact. We also get to know that career path for pharma students in PSPs, like by platforms like 1mg, MFine, even B2B services and pharma companies, is something you all should consider and explore more about, because we all know that technology is evolving and this is a good place to be in. And telehealth integration is so very important, specifically in the rural areas where patient need not to come to the city every single time, and some of the easier aspects of at least patient education and counseling and follow-ups can be done remotely itself, so that patients do adhere to the regime. All right, so I think we can come back to this later on. I'll come here towards the end. Now, uh I want you all to tell me in the chat box, do you have any awareness that Indian government is running a program for tuberculosis elimination from last many years? So they want to eradicate TB completely from India. Is here anyone who is aware about this mission which is there? All right, all right. Okay. Good. I see a lot of you are aware about it. Okay. So let's go a little deeper. You will be happy to see how India is also adapting technology and they are using all of this in this whole case study, which I'm going to speak about. So TB is one of the India's leading public health challenge. Government is making immense amount of initiatives in those direction regularly. This treatment requires almost 6 to 24 months of consistent medication. And we have seen that there are a lot of dropouts because of which the TB eradication is actually not happening. And this non-adherence leads to drug resistance, which is one of the another major challenge which is being faced with this particular disease. Treatment failure and community spread, all of these are like major challenges. So now Nishcare app or Nishcare portal is an initiative by Government of India. This I want you all to have a close look and understand that how this whole ecosystem is working. So Nishcare platform has a Nishcare app. This is a national digital portal by the Central TB Division, which is used to monitor and manage the tuberculosis care. Their target users are healthcare workers like ASHA workers, TB officers, directly observed therapy provider, who the organization or healthcare professional or any individual who is involved in providing the DOTS treatment. And last part is the function. So what does this whole niche care platform as a platform do? It makes sure that patients are registered, treatments are initiated, they are adhering to the whole regime, monitoring is happening, and proper outcome is coming, which is getting reported now. So there are, I think most of you would be knowing about most of these things like 99 dots, NERM box. I'll touch base on this on higher level and go more down on the deeper technological aspect of it. So 99 dots, patients basically receive these blister packs with hidden phone numbers under the pill. And after taking these pill, a patient needs to give a missed call, so that every time he eats a medication and a missed call is going on the other side, that is giving an indication that patient has taken a medication today and he or she is adhering to their respective regime. This is low cost, this is scalable, and this definitely includes a lot of adherence in the rural area also. So this is what we were trying to do brainstorm yesterday, and I was thinking that some of you might come up with this option or maybe aware about it. But no worry, but now you all know how we can penetrate deeper into the rural setups. Because again, this is low cost. Almost everyone have phone in their family. Not if every individual smartphone, though, even if they don't have smartphone, even if one phone have a normal calling phone, that would just suffice this whole aspect. Then there are MERM boxes, medication event reminder monitors. So these are electronic pill box that beep when it's time to take a medication. And opening the box logs the event in the system via SIM or GSM. So this is basically a box. Suppose I am supposed to take medication 2 times in a day, it is going to beep right at 9 a.m. in the morning. And the moment I open the box, so if I'm opening the box, I'm expected that I take medication, this just logs into the system, and the government or the TV division gets to know that this particular patient is adhering to his medication. Now we have found out that this is little high risk, and very strict monitoring is required, because we are not sure that every time if the box is open medication is taken or not. And these challenges are going to be there everywhere. It is a lot of dependence on the patient and patient motivation also. But I think initiatives are taken to ensure that patients are adhering by such different engaging activities. SMS reminders, patients and their caregivers, they are regularly getting daily text reminder, motivational messages, information about different side effects, that what needs to be done, what not needs to be done. So this basically supports the whole literacy challenge which is faced by a large amount of local population, and that is done in the regional languages. Community health workers are coming together for regular follow up, like ASHA workers are there and DOTS providers are there, who are making sure that patients are taking medication door to door and door to door steps as well. So all of these interventions are taken care regularly. Now, because ASHA workers are getting notified on their application that who has taken medication and who has taken not. So suppose if she identifies that yesterday 3 of the TB patient in my village have not taken medication, because there is no logging which is being done by either of the methods, she can next day go for a doorstep visit and she can find out why didn't you take medication, and she can again educate and motivate more around the whole regime. So this has been very helpful and a very good, I would say, social experiment process which we can see with respect to tuberculosis by Indian government. um, this is something I want to show you all. This is how. All right, let's just get to the website first. I think that's gonna give us a deeper sense of understanding. So this is something how Nishke application look like. It has more than 5 lakh of downloads. So all these involve a lot of healthcare workers to be involved this whole program into this. This is how the interface of app looks like. You can see how many of patients are diagnosed with TB over here. What are the new enrollments, patient summaries, what type of test, confirmatory test they have been taking. Is it a CBNAT? Is a chest X-ray done or not? Is it a microscopy test? What is it? So this is how the application looks like. Now, let's see how adherence is working here. So this is what I was talking about, smart pills. So these are pills like this. Every time a patient, and this is how, if you see even the direction and the images which are shown, right? So they are supposed to take 2 pill every day. Such demarcations are given. The agenda behind giving such demarcation is, even if a patient cannot understand because they cannot read because of the literacy barrier, if a clinical pharmacist explains them that okay, this is the format you have to take in medication for a complete month, and each day you have to take two medications in such a format, and every time you take two medications, when they move the medication they get a number, and this number is different every time when they do it. So it can't be like they keep giving missed call on the same number. This number keeps changing, and that is how they are trying to ensure the adherence, and that I think even elderly patients can do it very easily. So I'll be sharing this link to you. Probably you all can go more about it and get more information, because I have a lot to cover. So I'm not going in very detail to each one of them. So there are some good images like how these medications are looking like. They have figured out that this is an easy way. Their patients are finding this easy to use. This is easy for healthcare workers also. But they have understood that the accessibility is low, ease of implementation is low. So a lot of interesting insights which you can see, and they talk about how can it be done. They need a phone for this, to make the phone calls and give these different missed call, and which all different countries this whole mode of so this medication miscalled provision technology is being used in different countries, and India being one of them as well. Another thing which I spoke about is the smart pill box, which we just spoke about. So this is a smart pill box which is specifically designed to store and organize their medications, right? I spoke about every time the time comes, it starts beeping. When it beeps, the box is supposed to be open. And when you open the box, so this is something how this, so this is animated, but this is the real image. It beeps, and every time you open the box, it logs in that you have been taking a medication. So it has a battery that lasts up to 6 months, which is a good time. Even if it is happening in the remotest of areas, patient need not to run to the market or for any of access to the batteries and those aspects anyhow. And it consists of LED and speaker. So this even becomes easy for elderly patients who cannot read visually or audible issues also. So those reminders are done vocally as well, by the speakers which are there. This is a very good video probably, which you can see. Like, I'm just going to rush it in faster to give you a view, but probably later on you can just have an view. I'll share this link. This is one of the case implementation probably in the South African region. So this is how the box is. It consists of their different medications. So this is one of the example, and the patient is sharing their experience with respect to this whole program. Again, this patients were able to use it easily. It is more accepted. They find it easy. Healthcare workers are saying it is easier for them to implement it and provide it to the patients at the right time. Accessibility is easy. Implementation, they find it being on a medium level, not a difficult implementation they face. So this is how the box looks. This is what it cost. You can just read in detail about it. Again, this is one of the method which is again getting used in India as well. There is something called as visual supported treatment method. So these are basically those people who are having smartphones. They can see the videos, they can get educated about it, how they're supposed to take and how they're supposed to follow their regime, which is being helpful, again being multilingual in different languages. This is one of the view of the adherence platform, how a adherence platform looks like. uh, Let me see if I can find some good image for you all to give you one single idea. Okay, we cannot enlarge it, but this is how you can see that how many patients have taken medications, how many have not, they belong to which geographic location, all detail about the patients in one page itself. So it is easier to access, easier to monitor how patients are taking. So they can see their dose histories. There are patients who are involved in it. There are different clinics who are involved in it. So this is like end-to-end management and adherence monitoring platform. So this is one of the example of implementation of different technologies and platform which manages end-to-end adherence of these patients with different medications. So this is what I wanted to talk in detail about. Okay, are you all there? Are you all following me? Are you all understanding what we are talking about? Are you all finding it interesting? Is it making sense? Are you all sleeping? Okay, okay, okay. All right. I see a lot of yes. Probably what we can do, we can take a 2 to 3 minute pause over here and we can see if we have some questions around here or you want to discuss something. Anyone, any questions? Let me just keep checking the chat box. You can throw your questions. We can take a 2 to 3 minute pause and then let's go ahead. Please tell me any questions, any queries. No doubts, no questions. You don't want to understand anything clear. Is there nothing you want to ask about? Visual method is not clear. So visual method is basically it's just like imagine YouTube video. You watching a you so you want to measure your glucose by using a glucose meter, but you don't know how to use it. So what do? You generally go to YouTube and see how to measure my glucose using a glucometer, and then you find a detailed video about it explaining you each and every part of a glucometer. How do you take it? How do you measure it? How do you prick your finger? How do you add blood? How do you read a machine? So this is what simply it's been done in medication. How do you follow a regime? With how many medications you are supposed to take? How are you supposed to give a missed call and all those? So training videos is what the visual method is. And patient can use their mobile phone on daily basis to, while taking their medications. Even if patient take the drug outside, we are still not sure if they've taken it or not, right? Yes, we are still not sure if they've taken it or not. I mean, there are a lot of things which just depend on the patients. We cannot get a complete assurity, but we are assuming it. So major challenge what patient face is not about denial that I won't take the medication. It is about them missing it, forgetfulness because of lot of issues, or probably because of some side effect reason they are not taking it, or they are not aware that they are supposed to take it. They find it complex and difficult. But if we convey them that, see, this is what we have done, we have designed a method like this, so you won't forget, and this is very easy. This is not going to take a lot of time for you. This is how you're supposed to take it. So patients do adhere to it because at the end a patient also don't want to suffer. Like he would rather follow a regime rather than dying from TB. So it depends a lot how you educate and empower your patient also at the same point of time. We are eliminating TB also through immunization program. So I think it's now not more evil. Am I correct? Yes, I think some of the steps are being taken in those directions also. There are efforts which are being done there. What kind of data is transmitted? Okay, well, from pill box to the healthcare provider. So every pill box, if you see, whenever it is being given to a patient, it is tagged to their patient ID. So the moment ASHA workers identify, uh, um, they suspect a patient with TB from the symptom, they refer it to the hospital. They go to hospital, they get registered, and when they get registered, they get a unique identification number. So basically, whenever even you go to hospital, you can see they give you numbering, and these number are different, just like how our cell phone numbers are different. You get a unique identification patient number. That patient number is tagged to your case of TB which is created in the system, and these pill box are barcoded, and they are so basically the admin knows which patient is given which pill box. These all are tagged using the barcodes. So every time when that tagged barcode pill box is opened, it sends a signal that this box is open and we are assuming that the medication is taken. So it is just like marking a attendance into the system that I have taken my medication. So it just gives the electrical signals that, and which marks an attendance. That's what it is happening. How much medication adherence is able to reduce the disease burden? Any numerical data at a big level? You can visit Nishcare website for that. I am not here for the numbers. I'm here to tell you, give you exposure about different techniques which are used. But yes, it is being effective, and a lot of these reports and everything is getting shared on the Nishcare website. You can just visit that. Are these available in local language? Because everyone don't. Yes, they are available in a lot of local languages. Multilingual support is there. In the smart pill box type, the patient places the drug without the cover inside it. Will it not cause drug degradation? These are format of tablets, so I think that need not to be worried about it. Which method is suitable for reviewing adherence in psychiatric patients? This is something we can take it at the end. All right, I think we have given more than 2 to 3 minutes. Moving on. Okay. Do you all want to think of some ideas to design a patient support program, a, a medical adherence program for hypertensive patient in low economic setup? Let's go back to the board and let's see what ideas do you have. Shoot, what ideas do you think for hypertensive patients? How can we help them keeping their blood pressure within the ranges? What do you think as a clinical pharmacist in one, say, suppose Cipla, if you are a part of Cipla as an organization and they are running this program, how can you use different technologies, or what would you like to do so that whoever is taking Cipla's hypertensive medication, taking it regularly and maintaining their blood pressure levels? What do you think? What do you think? Good, Bhavika, that if you have seen a pill box, next time when you see such patient, you also ask to them that are you using it or not, or was it helpful or not? So probably you can get a first-hand experience that how they are feeling with respect to the whole pill box. Okay, let's see what do we have. Dashboard for diet, providing them personal diet charts, simplifying the regime, educating the dangers of hypertension, non-compliance, Hero app, yes. Exercise reminders, monthly free checkups and wellness sessions, good one. Discount on month medications, monthly BP drug kit at subsidized rate, yes, makes a lot of sense. Diet tracker to check sodium consumption, yes, a good one here. I think now you all have a fair idea about how to conduct such programs, and how do you think about an overall regime support of a patient. But all this is possible with data collection. But how we collect data? You collect, why not? Every hospital have their database. You go to every hospital, when you go, the patient is registered. Whenever you pay the amount for consultation, they know on everyday basis which patient has come. And doctor also give the diagnosis. You have lab reports. Everything is there in the system. You can easily identify how many patients in your hospital are having hypertension, and every hospital has to pull out a month on month monthly report which talks about how many patients has been walked in, how many patient are in their OPDs and IPDs, and they are diagnosed with which particular disease. And when you have this data, you can easily arrange all these programs for your patients, so that there are less hospitalization, less burden in the hospital also. Yes, you can arrange such sessions, and community building is a good effort. All right, guys. I think I so my major focus was to understand if you all are able to think in the right direction or not, and I think your answers fairly reflect it. Let's go back to the session. I want you all to focus on my screen and on the PPT now. Moving on. So, since now you have all have a pretty good base about understanding the whole adherence, whole programs, different type of smart pill dispensers, adherence tools, which are available today and which are actively being used, you have a fair base now. What is the future of adherence? It is linked with AI and IoT. Nowadays, if you see, there are smart inhalers as well, right? Specifically for patients who are having COPD, asthmatic patients, and pulmonary diseases as well. That is also one of the major chunk of a heavy disease burden. So smart inhalers have also been there, where the pulmonologist and everyone can be just on a regular touch how their patients are using their inhalers. There are wearables which are reminding patients, wearable like smartwatches which monitor your blood pressure, your heart rates. Nowadays they're also measuring their temperature and lot of other parameters as well. AI is also able to predict who will be dropping off with the therapy, right? If you have a large set of data, like say suppose from last 5 years, you are continuously arranging such programs for diabetic patients, just taking a hypothetical example, right? So based on the patient behavior, we are generating so many data points. AI, there will be a time if we have a large amount of data and we make good AI model, we can get to know that out of this whole bunch of patients which we are under a program, say suppose 1,000 of patients, which are the 50 patients who are likely to drop out. And if we know based on these data, based on the patient behavior which we spoke about yesterday, where I spoke about logging in their symptoms, side effects, their moods, their dietary plans and everything, you AI can easily predict in future which are these patients. So the program manager, the clinical pharmacist, the implementers, the healthcare workers can focus on these patients, and they can ensure that the recruitment which has happened during the starting of the programs remains same, and there is low level of dropouts and high adherence to the program and better outcomes. WhatsApp based bots can be very support. supportive. Like a lot of time, patients, whoever is having whatever disease, be it PCOD, be it diabetes, be it hypertension, patients undergo a lot of mental turmoil and emotional damage also at the same point of time. They have a lot of doubts. Can I do this? Can I not know this? When should I take? What should I take? How should I take? And not every time they can reach out to the healthcare professionals also. So such people generally have habit of going to Google and searching informations, and then they also get misleaded about specific things because there is so much of misinformation also available. Not everyone can understand or perceive what is being there on the internet if you don't have a proper background to perceive it and how relatable it is to you. So you can design specific AI models just like ChatGPT, specific for diabetic patient, from where they can get right information about whatever question they want to ask. So this is how the future looks like. Future looks like adherence can increase using technologies, and we can reduce hospitalization because we can ensure that by taking proper medications at proper time, at right dose, in a right frequency, and adhering to regime can decrease the disease burden. You all can take a screenshot of it. You can take down probably a note of it. I have shown you a lot of different technologies and platforms. There are a lot many others which are existing in the market. You can see on the left hand side, these are different platforms. I have put them alternatively, some of them being global platform, Indian platform. They are talking about which disease they are focusing. So I have mentioned, tried to collate a list which is pretty much covering all different type of the whole spectrum of diseases, from autoimmune to oncology to cardiac, diabetes, hypertension, geriatric issues as well, talking about pulmonary, COPD, asthma. All of these I've tried to mention. So these are the different platforms. You all can visit it, take a image of this, go to their website and see how they are doing, what they are doing. So everyone is a mixture of same. The program, but it depends how the program is being designed, right? Like for COPD and asthma, it's more about educating through e-learning platform and doing a lot of patient education. Whereas when it is coming to diabetes and vaccination, it is more on a doctor engagement which is happening over there. You can take a photo of it, probably mm, just make a note of these different platforms so you can check their websites, how they're doing it. Roche is doing very well with respect to oncology patients by providing home visit, infusion supports, and diagnostic care coordination also. Moving on. To give a conclusion and moral of the story, I want you all to think beyond dispensing. How to lead in the digital counseling and PSP designing platform, because this is a very crucial responsibility which you all are very capable of doing, because you understand disease, drug, and importance of a correct regime to be followed, and how important it is. There are a lot of career options in health tech startup, pharma PSP programs, and digital therapeutics also at the same point of time. Let's talk about something else, which is medication therapy management, MTM. MTM is especially useful for patients with chronic conditions or multiple medication and complex regime. It involves reviewing a patient's complete medication profile, then identifying the medication related problems and optimizing the whole drug therapy, and simultaneously also educating patients to increase the outcomes. What does it do? It improves the clinical outcome. It prevents the adverse drug reactions. It enhances the patient adherence. It promotes cost effectiveness in the whole prescribing process. It also strengthens a clinical pharmacist, physician, and a patient care coordination also at the same point of time. So having a very close monitoring. And why do you think MTM is very critical to the whole spectrum or ecosystem of a chronic disease management? Because of a lot of things, one of them being a polypharmacy. Like say suppose that for diabetes there is oral hypoglycemics, there are insulins, There are statins, there are hypertensives. In case of hypertension, they are on multi antihypertensive drugs and diuretics at the same point of time. For asthma, they are taking inhalers, there are oral steroids and antibiotics. So this is a complex regime. So basically in MTM, because there is involvement of polypharmacy, different medication, complex regime. So as you saw in the last page, I was talking about reviewing a patient's complete medication profile and then identifying how medication related problems are there any happening or not? If happening, how they can optimize the whole drug therapy. And you can only optimize a particular therapy or a regime if you have a close monitoring and data to support it so that you can identify what the problem is. Because of polypharmacy, there is definitely a non adherence, which is leading to uncontrolled disease burden, increased hospitalization, and a higher healthcare cost as well at same point of time. There is a need of clinical pharmacist intervention so that doses can be optimized. Identifying drug duplication or interactions can be done. At times, patients are not able to recognize it, but yes, when they are in a regular touch with their healthcare professionals can understand it better. That's why patients also ignore a lot of time their symptoms as well. Educating patients is the major intervention which is supposed to be done by the clinical pharmacist. So this is why a complete I would say medication therapy management is required very closely. Let me give you a small example of butterfly too. Do you all know what is butterfly here? Anybody have heard about it in the chat box? Nobody? All right. So Fitterfly is a digital therapeutics platform. You all know what is therapeutics, and when it is involved or associated along with digital intervention, digital tools, digital technology, that's where the digital therapeutics, the term or the word gets coined. So they are working with respect to diabetes. What do they do? Let me show you. So they have their platform, which looks something like this. They provide glucometers. They also provide the patches at well at the same point of time. They say that they have helped more than 30,000 plus members in managing their diabetes. They have their major parameter is reducing the HbA1c level, also weight management at the same point of time, improvement in the physical fitness that leads to overall reduction of diabetes distress. They are helping patients managing their regular monitoring of glucose. So they ensure that their patients are managing and checking their glucose on their own regularly. So they are also self aware. They are helping with respect to reminders and everything with respect to diabetes management and insulin aspect as well. So this is just similar. They teach them, they train them how they're supposed to take insulins, because a lot of people have fright for injections as well, so they drop out from such programs and then they don't do it. How does Fitterfly help? It helps you to achieve your blood sugar levels, the targeted one. It helps to reduce medication. It reduces complications. It improves the quality of life. It is helping in improving physical and mental wellness and reducing the expenses also at the same point of time. They provide. So what happens in this whole program is you go to the application, you log in, and you tell them that you are a diabetic patient. They ask you a set of questionnaire, all information. What are When was the last time you did your test, what was the HbA1c level, what was your blood sugar level, and then they enroll you in the program. When they enroll, starting 1 week, you are asked to wear a CGM monitor. This is called as continuous glucose monitoring patch. So this is basically attached to you, and it is going to monitor your sugar level spike throughout the days for initial one whole week. So by the end of the week, there is a lot of data which is generated by the CGM, and it monitors whenever sugar is spiking in your body. And whenever it is spiking with respect to time, you can also measure The doctors, the platform has diabetologists, the platform has physiotherapists to guide them for their lifestyle management, which exercises they should do for their physical aspect. They have psychologists to help them with respect to mental breakdown. They have dietitians who give them diet charts and plans, because in this 1 week they try to understand by what all food you are eating spike is happening, or your spikes are you are facing high spikes, or it is getting low during you are distressed, because they keep asking you about your emotional level also. So basically first week is complete monitoring. Based on these data, doctors prescribe you medication and they put you on medications. We try to achieve that, okay, I have 9.1 HbA1c by the end of the program, let's try to achieve it 7. How am I going to do it? By medication monitoring, by changing my lifestyle, by changing my diet plans and following my medications regularly. They get one-on-one coaching. Coaching is with respect to talking about your regimes, follow-ups, are you following or not. Personalized diet plans are there is building of community where different patients with diabetes can come together and discuss. They are offering blood tests which can be done on regular level. So this is one of the perfect example of digital therapeutics platform. Visit their website. There's a lot of information you can get from here. They have also mentioned pre-diabetic, a patient spent close to 4,000 rupees directly. Early diabetes, the cost increased to this much. Hospitalization and the complications can lead up to this much amount. So there's a lot of burden on the pocket as well. This is the different subscription program. If you want to enroll for 6 months, they are going to charge you this. For 12 months, they are going to charge you this amount. And what happens in this, you get a CGM monitoring, continuous monitoring sensor, you get a glucometer with lancets, you get 4 doctor consultations, pain management, all different sessions, and regular monitoring. So this is one of the example. All right. So folks, are you there with me? Are you trying to understand what I'm trying to communicate? Fitterfly is not free. Just now, Rakshika, what I showed you in the last is they have subscription model for 6 months and for 12 months. Are you all with me? Are you finding it interesting? How many of you are sleeping? Is it easy to understand? All right. Okay. Perfect. Moving on. Coming towards the end, one of few of the case studies which I have prepared. One is regarding Diario as a platform. It is a digital therapeutics platform which is basically talking about these, which is having healthcare software which intend to treat a particular disease or a disorder or a condition, right? So how does Diario as a platform work? Diario has application, some devices, and healthcare professionals on the platform to give coaching and support people living with one or more behavioral physical health condition. This has helped to reduce HbA1c baseline levels for a lot of patients. This has also given impact on the money as well. So this is how something Diario as a platform looks like. I spoke about they have mobile phone application, they have doctors or healthcare professionals on their platform. They provide devices like glucose monitors, BP monitors, and a digital scale. These all are Bluetooth enabled so that it can easily sync in data to the mobile phone application. These programs are designed for diabetes type 1 and type 2 and hypertension. Target audience are those who are looking for highly personalized digital therapeutics and high coachings, right? People can expect to reduce their HbA1c level, reduce glycemic indexes, and also help them in management of long-term behavior change to support weight management as well, pain management, and behavioral concerns. Again, this is how the application looks like, the devices they get with it, all of them Bluetooth integrated. They can ask and reach out for questions. These are some of the impacts. They also found that 48% of reduction in depression symptoms and anxiety also at the same point of time. Diarrhea was the whole program was mainly monitoring these parameters: depression, anxiety, pain, weight, blood pressure, and A1Cs. What I can do is I can try to show you how the website also looks once. You all can visit after the session as well. So this is how the website look. They're providing a lot of different solutions. What we were seeing was something related to cardiometabolic one for diabetes and hypertension management, right? So this is how they are managing it. Go through the website, see a lot more in detail what they are doing, how they are helping. I have given you a high level overview. Visit this platform. Next is Big Health, another platform. Again, oh, I think these are repetitions of slides. Next is Propeller. This is Propeller Health. They are majorly focusing respiratory diseases. The Propeller inhaler has sensors in their inhalers which are connected with the smartphones so that they are tracking the medication automatically. Every time a patient inhales or take a drag from the inhaler, it gets logged it into the system because now the inhaler has this sensor which help them to manage and reduce the symptoms. How does it work? Patient with the persistent asthma and stage 2 to 4 COPD patients are using it. Impact is again adherence is improvement, reduction in use of inhalers, and overall control over asthma as well. So, guys, this is all from my side. I hope you all got a lot of information through this session. I am open to question. I know we have passed 10 minutes, but we can spend good 10 to 15 minutes to address different questions. Can final students be part of such PSPs with reputed companies? Yes, you can be. Uh, you need to keep checking their websites. They keep releasing such programs whenever they take a lot of internships also. And a lot of students get involved in it in the very initial stages as well. PSP. What is your name? Mudassir. We have finished 2 days workshop, Mudassir, and still you are asking what is PSP. I am feeling sad. 2 days I have been talking about it. How many of you are like him are there who still want to ask me? I have finished the whole Ramayana and you are asking me Ram or Sita kaun the? Seriously? No, please. As your background in dental, what motivated you to work and look in this direction? Okay, I always wanted to work in healthcare. This is what I knew. And I was not one of those super bright student who could crack aims or MBBS seats or anything like that. So I got a BDS seat and I went up to that. But at the same point of time, I also had a lot of interest in technology. And during my undergraduation time, I had done a lot of projects related to health tech. So I had an interest and I wanted to see that how can I do it. So I kept exploring, and after by the time I finished my graduation, I knew that I want to work with healthcare organizations where I can participate in building such technological solutions. So that's what motivated me. I mean, I was somebody who was interested in gadgets and all, but having a lot of love for healthcare. So that's why. Can B Farm graduate pursue in this career? Yes, my dear friend, why not? You can. You have healthcare information. You understand drugs. You understand regime. You understand diseases. You can. Why not? Definitely. How can you join? You keep need to have tap on these pharma companies portals. They keep releasing these. You go and check there what are the different programs they are running. If you're able to find what program they are running on their website, you can start connecting with people on LinkedIn who are working with pharma companies and who are driving these public health initiatives and all, and you can keep reaching out to them if there is any program open and you can enroll it. Government also release a lot of vacancies for the same. Okay, Neerav, I am going to list down all these medication adherence app which are available in India, and I will send this list on the WhatsApp group. I will do that probably, if not by tonight, maybe by tomorrow, definitely. All right. I hope that this session was uh, little different from the regular session which you guys keep taking. I hope you got updated by lot of industry level updates and trends which are happening in the market. So you are updated with all of this, and I hope you found these 2 days and hours, I would say somewhere around 3 to 4 hours fruitful, and this was informative.
Guys, don't leave. We will share the feedback form now. Just wait for a minute. Yes, yes, please go ahead. Please go ahead, Imani. Up.
That's all, Doctor, from my side. I hope everyone found it interesting and informative. Thank you so much for being there.
Just give me 30 seconds, I'll come back.
Yes, yes, definitely. All right. Thank you, everyone. I can see a lot of you are saying that you found the session helpful and informative. Very happy for that. Yes, I think you can get this access to the PPT. Dr. Ajit can share the recording with you, then you will be having it. Some of the questions I have taken a note, probably. If I'm not able to answer it, I will definitely answer those in the WhatsApp group. I'm going to list down all of those and share the list which you have said. I'm going to also share you all the useful links which I have showed you in the session, so that after the session gets over, you all can visit these websites, platforms, and get a detailed idea about all of them. Thank you, everyone.
Yes, guys, I have shared the feedback form. Please fill everyone. Okay. Here is the feedback form. Please fill the feedback form, guys. And Dr. Himani, thank you very much for the wonderful sessions and wonderful workshop. It was really amazing, and I could see, the feedbacks of the students also, and I can definitely say that they have learned a lot from this workshop, and they got a wonderful new things which they were not really aware of. About the health tech and about the digital health and how they can assess the multiple things, how they can use the relevant applications and for suppose medication management and for medication adherence and a lot of things they have learned and how to use those things in the real life and real life case scenarios in their hospitals, in their personal life, in their relative with their relatives. So it was really a wonderful workshop and okay, I think you have taken all the questions. Why are using AI in this meeting? What is that? Vikas Gupta, we are not. Guys, please fill the feedback form. So we are not tracking anything. We are just AI is being used to create the transcript of this meeting. Understand? Transcript of this meeting. Guys, you can fill the feedback form and leave. No problem. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you very much. And take care. Thank you, Dr. Himani. Thank you.
Thank
Wonderful.
you so much. Thank you, Dr. Jeet, for the opportunity, and thank
Thank you very
you.
much. Thank you. Thank you. Roll number means if you are the June batch intern, you have to fill the roll number Devans. That roll numbers we have provided. Okay. Roll numbers are not for everyone. Roll numbers are only for the people from June batch. From the June batch internship who are CLIMAD interns from June batch, only they have roll number, otherwise they don't have to fill. Okay, they don't have to fill. It is not mandatory. Yes, you guys can leave. Fill the form and you guys can leave. Which link you did not get, Jobia? Which link you are asking for? Yes, IIN, identify number and roll number are same thing. I know you people did not attend yesterday, so your attendance also may not count, you know, because many of you, if you have not attended yesterday's session, then you might not get the attendance for today as well. And you guys are asking me for roll number today. It was compulsory for everyone. You think last day's attendance is enough for the certificate, then I think you're wrong. But still, you fill the feedback form, guys, okay? Is it? Is it you did not get the feedback form for first session? We have shared for last 10 minutes, like we are sharing today. We shared Arfa Naz, we shared on the first day as well. There were 218 people who filled the form on first day. That means you were not available at the time when we shared the feedback form.